הנה, הנה, הנה מה טוב.
Uma, na'im.
Oy, 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 שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים, אוי אחים גם יחד. Amazing, let's do it just a little bit faster, here we go. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
הנה, הנה, הנה מה טוב.
Uma, na'im.
אוי, 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 שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים, אוי אחים גם יחד. Everybody! הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה, הנה, הנה מה טוב. ומה נעים. אוי, 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 שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים, אוי אחים גם יחד. When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
Everybody ready? Thumbs up. Everybody ready? Hands in the air. Everybody ready? Wave them around. Boker Tov.
Boker Or.
Hey everybody, good morning. Boker Tov and Boker Or to everybody. I hope it is a great, bright, wonderful morning for you. I was just like the cantor taking a look at all the sweet things that you've been putting in the chat about the people that you love, and I hope that this is a day that you get to spend some time with the people that you love. That's what today is all about. And we're going to warm you up for a great day by warming up our bodies and warming up our hearts and our spirits. So we're going to get ready to pray with our morning blessings.
And so we've already started by saying things we love about the people we love. And now just these daily miracles that we sometimes forget to notice. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for knowing the difference between day and night.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for opening our eyes.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to stretch. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to lakum, stand up.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us firm ground to stand on.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to move.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us these clothes. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us strength.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to lashevet. All right, who's ready for some Baruch Hu in the house? Here we go. I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray?
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minyan.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minyan.
I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu. I said hey. I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu.
Et Adonai.
Et את אדוני.
Mevorach.
Baruch Adonai,
Baruch Adonai,
HaMevorach,
HaMevorach,
Leolam,
Le'olam.
Vaed, Baruch et Adonai, HaMevorach, Baruch et Adonai, HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Vaed, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam
Right in between the Baruch Hu and the Shema, every time we pray a service together, whether it's in the morning or the evening, there's always a prayer in there that has something to do with love. And so this is a beautiful morning for us to be thinking about that kind of prayer as we've taken some time to think about what we love about the people that we love and what we appreciate about the fact that they love us. So something that I think is helpful is if we ever have a hard time figuring out what God is and what God means, sometimes it's really helpful to just concentrate on what it feels like to know that we are loved, to know that there's someone who wants the best for us and will take care of us and will look out for us when we're having a hard time. And that is a really great first step to understanding what God is and what it feels like to be in a relationship with God. So as we get ready to move to our next prayer, as we get ready to move into the Shema, now's a great time to sort of take a deep breath. Maybe you might like to close your eyes for Shema, but to think about the people who love you and what it feels like to know that they care for you.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please have a seat and join me in the Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha.
And now we sing those same words in English. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Where you stand and where you lie, when you walk and when you rise. Rise up, raise your voices, rise up, lift them high, rise up. We can raise our voices, rise up, lift them high, rise up. Take these words I say to you and keep them safe inside your heart. Teach these words, teach them well, and keep them safe inside your heart. Where you stand, where you hide, when you walk and when you rise. Rise up, raise your voices, rise up, lift them high, rise up. We can raise our voices, rise up, lift them high, rise up. I love that one. So fun to see everybody. All right, well, you're going to repeat after me as we are now wandering in the desert. We've escaped from slavery in Egypt, and we just need to know that we have each other, which I think we've come to know all year long as we've been wandering in this crazy time. So here we go. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo. Hija moga, Bailey Madonai, Bailey Madonai. Hija moga, Edar Bakodesh, Edar Bakodesh. Nora Ilot, Nora Ilot. Oh, say farewell. Oh, say farewell. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo. Let us all march together. Let us all march together. Heading for the promised land. Heading for the promised land. We all need each other. We all need each other. Let us walk hand in hand. Let us walk hand in hand. Sing out loud. Raise up your voice. Sing out loud. Raise up your voice. For each soul give thanks. For each soul rejoice. For each soul give thanks. For each soul rejoice. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo, hey yo, oh, hey yo.
So, friends, on this morning that we're talking about the people we love and the people who love us on this Mother's Day morning, I want to tell you a story about a mother named Mrs. Moskowitz. Mrs. Moskowitz had 3 daughters, and they were all grown up. They had all moved out and started their own families, and the time had come for Mrs. Moskowitz to move from their old big house into a brand new apartment for the first time. And Mrs. Moskowitz felt a little bit nervous. She wasn't sure if she would be able to feel at home in a new apartment, and she was worried about starting a life that looked a little bit different than the way it had been, but she was brave and she got ready to move into the new apartment, and she started unpacking her boxes and putting things away and moving furniture into the right spots, but it still didn't quite feel right. Well, at the beginning of the week, her oldest daughter knocked on the door of her new apartment and she said, "Mom, I found this box in my basement and it's got your name on it. Maybe there's something in this that belongs to you." So she gave Mrs. Moskowitz the box, and Mrs. Moskowitz opened it up, and inside was a beautiful embroidered tablecloth. And Mrs. Moskowitz said, "I remember this tablecloth. I love this tablecloth. It makes every meal special." So she took the tablecloth out of the box and she thanked her daughter and gave her a kiss, and she put the tablecloth on the brand new dining room table in her brand new apartment. And she looked at it and she said, I think that helps a lot. So she spent the next couple of days continuing to unpack and put things away and tidy up the new apartment. And a couple of days later, there was another knock on the door, and it was her middle daughter. And her middle daughter said, "Mom, I was looking through my basement and I found this box and it's got your name on it. Maybe there's something in here that belongs to you." So she opened it up, and inside she found an old Kiddush cup. It was once very shiny, made out of silver, but it had grown pretty old, and the metal was dull and tarnished, and it didn't look very shiny at all. But Mrs. Moskowitz recognized it instantly, and she was so happy. She said, "Oh, thank you, honey. This is our old Kiddush cup. I love this so much. It made every time we use it feel special." So she took some time when she polished the silver of the Kiddush cup and she put it on the table. And every time she passed through the room where it was in, it made her heart feel a little bit happier. And she didn't feel like the apartment was quite home yet, but she was feeling a little bit better every day while she was putting things away and cleaning things up. Close to the end of the week, there's another knock on the apartment door, and it was her third daughter. And she said, "Mom, I was looking through my basement and I found this box that had your name on it, and I didn't know what it was, but I thought it belonged to you and you might like to have it." So Mrs. Moskowitz opened it up, and inside the box were her favorite pair of brass candlesticks. And she said, "Oh, honey, I've been looking for these. I wondered where they were. Thank you so much for bringing them to me." She gave her daughter a kiss, and she went and put the candlesticks in their spot in the new apartment. She polished those up too and spent the rest of the week tidying and cleaning and putting things away and trying the best she could to make her new apartment feel like home. Well, the end of the week came and everything was put away. The clothes were hung up, the furniture was in place, the floors were swept. She had her old embroidered tablecloth and her newly polished Kiddush cup and candlesticks. The end of the week came and everything was put away, but the new apartment still didn't quite feel like home. So she thought and she thought and she thought about how to make this new apartment feel like home. And then she had the idea that would make everything right. She mixed and stirred and stirred and mixed and put a batch of challah in the oven, and soon the apartment started to be filled with that amazing smell of baking bread. Some of you may have known that smell in your houses too. And then she picked up the phone and she called her daughters 1, 2, 3, and she invited them to come over for Shabbat dinner. Before long, the apartment was filled with the smell of that delicious challah. There were candles lit in those brass candlesticks. There was some sweet grape juice in that Kiddush cup and a beautiful meal on top of that embroidered tablecloth. And as Mrs. Moskowitz looked around to see the faces of her daughters and their families, she breathed in the smell of Shabbat, and she knew that finally this apartment would be home. So I hope that all of you find ways to spend some special time with the people that you love, maybe around the table for a meal, maybe outside exploring the world. But what's most important is that we make time for the people who mean the most to us, because that's how we make memories that last a whole lifetime. And I think we're going to sing a little song about the things that we feel grateful for, that is very much connected to this experience of making time with the people that we love.
Moda ani, לפניך, לפניך, מלכי, מלכי, בקיים, בקיים, שהחזרת, בנשמתי, בחמלה רבה, אמונתך. So as you can see, there's a little echo here, so I hope you're singing along with me. If you want to get your best Texas twang out for this one. Moda ani, lefanecha, lefanecha, melechai, melechai, b'kayam, b'kayam, shehechizarta, b'nishrati. Alright, now how about a little English? I give you thanks, I give you thanks every morning, for waking up on this day, you have refreshed me, you have blessed me. Now it's time to get up and move along. Now it's time to get up and move along.
Well, folks, it's a great day to spend with the people that we love. I hope we've woken up our bodies and our voices and our souls and our hearts this morning. We are going to get ready to wrap things up in just a minute, but before we do, I just want to tell you how sweet it was to spend some time with you in prayer and in togetherness. It is one of the bright parts of my week. I know it is for Miss Stephanie and for the cantor and for all of your other teachers who just love teaching and hanging out with you guys on Sunday mornings.
So we have one more song, and this song has to do with a holiday that is coming up next weekend. And if you think you might know what this holiday is, you want to put it in the chat. So we have come from Passover, and we were freed, like we talked about before, Micha Mocha, and we were freed from slavery, and we've been wandering, and we are about to get something. We are about to get something really, really special, and it's coming from a mountain. It's coming down from a mountain. It's not the snow in Colorado. And I see some people, some of our teachers have shared. We got the 10 Commandments. We've got Torah coming. It is Shavuot next weekend. And we are so excited. And so when we receive Torah, sometimes we think of Torah as the tree of life. It is this kind of ever-giving presence in our lives. It's always teaching us new things. We're always finding new things in it. No matter who reads it, they always bring something new to it. And so we call it our tree of life. So my T'filah team's going to help me with some movements. Let's just review. Everybody be a tree. It is a tree of life. To them that hold fast to it, you're going to give yourself a hug, okay? And all of its supporters, imagine lifting up that heavy Torah, are happy, and then show us your biggest smile, okay? And then when we get to Shalom, we can be a little bit crazy, but all right, let's start. Here we go. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. And now we're going to sing Shalom, and you're going to show me your best swimming moves. Shalom, 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 shalom. And there's 4 claps in there. I feel like we need those. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you got 4 claps already? Shalom, shalom. Clap, 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 clap. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. That was some awesome swimming. Back to it is a tree. Here we go. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Let's do some swimming. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree. Shalom, shalom. It's not a bush. Shalom, shalom. The tree of life. Shalom, shalom. And now big finish. If you where you are, you can jump, or you can just put up jazz hands. Here we go. Shalom.
Shalom, everyone. Wow, great finish. Thank you so much, Cantor. Thank you so much, Rabbi. Thank you to our T'filah team. What a great way to start our morning together in prayer and in song. Happy Mother's Day to all of our moms and caregivers who are with us today. Thank you for taking time out of your special day to be with us here today. And also thank you for sharing your amazing children with us today and every day. Following our T'filah service, we will have our Rega B'Ivrit, our moment of Hebrew with Miss Sophie. So hang on for that. Today is our last day of regular Zoom classes. I don't know if there's like a reverse Shehechianu, Rabbi, for the last time you're going to do something. I don't know. But today is our last day of regular Zoom classes. Now, it is not our last day of being together. It is just our last day of regular Zoom classes. So today we will have Zoom classes. And then next week, which is Sunday, May 16th, which is the beginning of that holiday of Shavuot that we just talked about. In the morning, we will have our consecration service. So all of our kindergartners and our new students have been practicing and making a video and doing all kinds of fun things. And they are going to have their consecration service next Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And that will be live streamed from the Barish Sanctuary. So it won't be here on Zoom. It will only be on the other places where we access our live stream services. So it'll be on Facebook, it'll be on our webpage. And of course, Miss Lucy is wonderful about communicating all of those links, but just remember that we won't be here on Zoom next week. So join us for consecration next week. So, and then the week after that is our last week of Helfman Religious School for this year. And we will have a very special T'filah and award service here on Zoom at 9 o'clock in the morning, but we won't have class. Instead of going to class, we're going to come to temple and we're going to have a last day closing celebration, and it's going to have inflatables, and it's going to have a tzedakah booth. So you're going to have to bring your tzedakah so you can dunk somebody. And it's going to have hot dogs, and it's going to have a picnic, and the sisterhood is going to have a sidewalk sale, and it's going to be so much fun. But in order to be able to come to that, you have to sign up for a time slot, right? So we're still being careful. So we're going to do it by timed entry. So make sure you look at the Helfman Herald for the Sign Up Genius link to sign up for your time slot, because we want everybody to come and play and celebrate. And we are so looking forward to seeing you. But for now, let's take a little moment of Hebrew, a little Rega B'Ivrit. So take it away, Miss Sophie.
A moment of Hebrew, Rega B'Ivrit. The letter of the week is Mem. Mem, at the end of the word Mem, it looks different. It's closed up at the bottom. The letter Mem began as a picture of a wave. Mayim is the Hebrew word for water. Mem is a picture of Mayim moving. And if you look at the top of the wave, you can see the Mem. Remember the Seder? We had matzah. And we had that bitter herb, maror. What are some letters we've learned before? Type them in the chat. And maybe there were cucumbers in the salad. Melathon. Melathon. Here's some Hebrew words for family that are mem words. Mishpacha. Mishpacha. This is a family. And they're lighting a menorah. Remember that from Hanukkah? The Hebrew word for mother is ima. Ima. And mem's right in the middle of that. Another men word is mitzvah. It means laws or a law or a good deed. It's a mitzvah to kibud av va'im, honor your mother and father. Our family is also our kehilah. What's a kehilah? Type your answer in the chat. Time for Hebrew through movement. You will need an iparon, a pencil.
All
Take it
right,
away, Maya.
everybody. Let's start. Lakum. Leshevet al kiseh. Lakum. Lalechet. 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 Latzor. Leshevet al kiseh. Leharim yadayim. Lשים yadayim al rosh. Lehorid yadayim. Leharim iparon. Lehorid iparon. Lahatzpia al rosh. Lahatzpia al ozen, ozen. Lahatzpia al af. Lahatzpia al hamachshev. Lahatzpia al rosh. Leharim yadayim. Do jazz hands! Yay! Awesome job, everybody.
Thank you so much for such a great Hebrew through movement lesson and for such a fun moment of Hebrew. So now it is time for our classes. I've noticed that since some of our friends must have started their Mother's Day celebrations a little early, there are a couple of classes that are very small. Teachers, if you want to combine classes, please raise your hand and we will make that happen. I did not combine any classes for right now, but if you think that your class is small and you would like to combine with some friends, let me know. Everyone have a wonderful class.